where we hanging out and what we doing, we can't really disclose.
Whispers behind the scenes. It started like a rumor, just another grainy Reddit post. But then came the real bombshell, a courtroom leak from an anonymous clerk claiming to possess audio involving Diddy, Meek Mill, and Will Smith in a closed-door exchange. The audio allegedly captures hushed voices discussing favors, leverage, and someone being taken care of quietly. One name drops, then another, then silence. Whispers like these don't happen in daylight. They're reserved for mahogany boardrooms, penthouses with blackout curtains, and late-night jets, places where NDAs are religion. If true, this isn't a slip-up. It's a signal flare from inside the machine. Power doesn't scream, it whispers. Diddy's legal quagmire grows deeper. Diddy's already facing a storm. Allegations of trafficking, assault, and organized coercion. But this audio, it doesn't just add smoke. It might reveal the match. Insiders say the voices on tape reference deals for discretion and coded exchanges like, "He's been covered since 9." Legal experts believe it could hint at hush money or worse, complicity at institutional levels. One line stands out. As long as the circle's fed, no one talks. That's not just loyalty. That's a system. The more we learn, the more it looks less like chaos and more like choreography. Will Smith's involvement, real or rumor? The line was faint but unmistakable. He handled it clean, like always. According to multiple sources, that's the moment Will Smith's name entered the courtroom transcript. While his team hasn't responded, speculation exploded online. Some claim he's been part of elite crisis control efforts for years, quietly protecting high-profile reputations. Others argue he's being dragged into guilt by association. Reputation is a costume. Truth doesn't need wardrobe. And if that voice really is his, then Hollywood's Mr. Clean may have just gotten dirty. Meek Mill, the surprising link. Of all names to surface, Meek Mill's was the most unexpected. Once hailed as a champion for prison reform and redemption, his alleged role in the leaked audio is anything but heroic. The tape paints him as a runner, a courier of messages and materials between powerful players, a go-between trusted to deliver without questions. Duality isn't just a theme in hip-hop, it's a survival tactic. And for Meek, this revelation could flip his public image overnight. So, here's the real question. If this audio is verified, who else do you think is involved but still hiding in plain sight? Drop your wildest, most logical theories in the comments. And if you're seeing connections others missed, don't just scroll. Say it. Because right now, the internet isn't just watching history, it's helping write it. The audio content, what was actually said. The words weren't direct, but they didn't need to be. The leaked audio reportedly includes phrases like, "He signed a contract, it's buried under nightfall," and "no media, no mess." Experts in crisis management and legal code breaking say this is classic coded speech, designed to shield actions behind ambiguity. But one line pierced through. The cleanups happen before sunrise. That's not metaphor, that's logistics. When language becomes camouflage, it's because what's being said can't survive daylight. A history of silencing. This isn't the first time Diddy's name has been linked to secrecy. From his early days at Bad Boy Records to recent lawsuits, insiders whisper of settlements, NDA chains, and sudden career disappearances. Former associates have described a vault, not of music, but of secrets, stories shelved, allegations vanished, careers redirected like water around stone. Silence doesn't mean innocence. Sometimes it's just expensive. And if the audio is real, it may unlock a pattern long buried under luxury. The pattern of cleanup crews in celebrity circles. Behind every polished red carpet smile is a shadow team. Lawyers, fixers, media buffers. Hollywood's worst-kept secret is the existence of cleanup crews. And this audio might be the first time one's been caught mid-operation. One former industry publicist confessed, "There's a number to call when things go wrong, before the cops even know." These teams don't just erase headlines, they erase history. Power isn't just what you do, it's what you bury, and this leak may be the moment the curtain slips. Cassie's lawsuit, the domino that tipped everything. Cassie's explosive lawsuit against Diddy in late 2023 was the first public crack, but now it looks more like the wedge that blew the dam wide open. Her claims included trafficking, surveillance, coercion, and abuse. At the time, critics dismissed it as a money grab. But when the audio leak surfaced, references eerily echoed her allegations. Phrases like, "she knew too much," and "handled like the others." The truth always echoes louder than denial. And suddenly, Cassie doesn't look like an accuser. She looks like a whistleblower. Government eyes now watching. Once whispers hit courtrooms, it's only a matter of time before they reach federal ears. Sources say the Department of Justice and Homeland Security are now monitoring developments closely, especially given the potential RICO implications. If this audio links multiple high-profile figures in coordinated suppression or criminal behavior, the case jumps from celebrity scandal to national investigation. That's not just gossip, it's jurisdiction. Fame doesn't grant immunity. Sometimes it paints a bigger target. And now, the government might be knocking on doors once thought untouchable. The public's role in uncovering truth. It wasn't the media nor the legal system that cracked the surface. It was the public. Reddit sleuths, YouTube analysts, and TikTok truth hunters pieced together timelines, voice matches, and location data before any official outlet blinked. Crowdsourced truth moves faster than controlled narratives. One viral clip comparing the leaked voice to Diddy's 2016 interview gained 4 million views in 48 hours. When institutions stall, the internet investigates. And this time, the receipts came with timestamps and waveforms. Media silence, or strategic delay. Major outlets were curiously slow to report the leak. While social platforms were on fire, networks like CNN and NBC remained quiet for days. Was it verification or vetting by higher interests? Some speculate long-standing relationships between media moguls and entertainment elites led to behind-the-scenes suppression. After all, a single story can topple millions in brand deals. Silence speaks, but who's pulling the strings behind the curtain? When truth threatens capital, delay becomes a strategy, not a mistake. Industry insiders start to flip. Behind closed doors, some insiders are cracking. According to sources close to the case, 2 former Bad Boy Records staffers have expressed willingness to testify, if granted protection. One reportedly said, "What's coming isn't just about Diddy, it's about the whole food chain." That chilling statement hints at a network bigger than anyone imagined, possibly spanning agents, executives, and even law enforcement. Loyalty has limits. Fear eventually fades. And when the dominoes fall, they rarely fall alone. The hidden cost of fame. For years, celebrity has been sold as the dream, money, power, and admiration. But behind the velvet rope lies a toll few speak about. Silence, secrecy, and survival. This audio leak reveals the dark arithmetic. Protect the image, sacrifice the truth. It's a system that rewards complicity and punishes conscience. The higher the profile, the higher the stakes. Fame can gild a cage, but it's still a cage. And now, the bars are starting to bend under public pressure. What happens if the audio is verified? If forensic experts authenticate the leaked audio, it won't just be damaging. It could be legally devastating. Voice print analysis, metadata verification, and contextual timestamps could turn this from speculation to evidence. Once verified, the tape could trigger subpoenas, witness protection deals, and potentially a full-blown federal indictment. The legal floodgates don't open slowly, they burst. Proof turns whispers into weapons. And if this tape is real, it's not just a leak, it's a lit fuse. Celebrity damage control in real time. Within hours of the audio surfacing, damage control kicked into high gear. PR firms scrubbed online mentions, Bots flooded social media with distraction narratives, and lawyers issued vague fabrication statements. But the internet doesn't forget. In fact, it screenshotted everything. Fans began tracking edited Wikipedia pages, deleted tweets, and sudden account suspensions. The cover-up became its own breadcrumb trail. When the spin is faster than the truth, people start chasing both. And this time, the cleanup crew might have arrived too late. The ripple effect on Hollywood's power hierarchy. This scandal isn't isolated, it's contagious. Already, insiders say executives at major labels and studios are scrambling to review old contracts, NDAs, and internal communications. No one wants to be next. When one power player falls, others don't just distance, they panic. Because in ecosystems built on secrecy, exposure spreads like wildfire. One leak doesn't burn a bridge, it scorches the map. And if Diddy's empire cracks, it might pull others down with it, fast. Fans are rewriting the legacy in real time. Diddy, once hailed as a music mogul and cultural icon, is now being reevaluated in real time. Fans are pulling old interviews, lyrics, and backstage footage, searching for the signs they missed. The timeline is shifting. Hero becomes villain. Inspiration turns into investigation. Even his past philanthropy is under new scrutiny, with people asking, was it image maintenance or genuine intent? Legacies aren't written in stone. They're streamed, clipped, and re-edited. And in the digital age, cancellation isn't an event. It's an ongoing audit. What comes next could change everything. Legal experts warn this may only be the beginning. If indictments follow, if new witnesses emerge, or if more recordings leak, we could be looking at one of the biggest celebrity takedowns in modern history. This isn't just about Diddy, or even Will Smith or Meek Mill. It's about a system built on silence, protected by fame, and finally pierced by truth. Every empire falls the same way. Slowly, then all at once. And with this tape, the cracks just became fractures. Will Smith's reputation, collateral or catalyst? Will Smith has always walked a tightrope. Clean-cut superstar on the surface, complex legacy underneath. But this leak thrusts him into a storm few saw coming. If the voice is his, and several analysts believe it is, he could be tied to decisions far beyond an Oscar slap. The phrase "he knew everything" reportedly trails his name in the transcript. Sometimes, silence isn't noble, it's calculated. And Smith's next move may define his career more than any role ever has. The Meek Mill pivot, redemption, or ruin. Meek Mill built a brand on freedom and justice, but now, the very causes he championed could boomerang. Already, fans are revisiting his activism with suspicion. Was it conviction or cover? If he was a runner in this operation, he may be the most legally vulnerable. Unlike billionaires, he lacks insulation. Being in the middle means taking hits from both sides. And if Meek talks, the game might flip faster than anyone's ready for. Diddy's alleged blackmail network. One anonymous insider described Diddy's empire as less a label, more a vault. Rumors swirl about recorded parties, cameras in safe houses, and leveraged secrets. If true, it suggests a chilling power structure, where loyalty isn't earned, it's coerced. Some claim the leak came from someone who was once silenced themselves. Power built on blackmail doesn't last, it implodes. And this leak might be the rope unraveling the entire system. Hollywood's reckoning has a new face: Harvey Weinstein, R. Kelly, now possibly Diddy. But unlike the past, this isn't about one man. It's about the interwoven machinery of money, fear, and fame. What used to stay in mansions is now bleeding into inboxes, live streams, and subpoenas. And with every new audio bite or cracked NDA, the Hollywood elite lose more shadows to hide in. The spotlight is no longer a reward, it's an interrogation lamp. And this time, the audience isn't clapping, it's recording. This isn't just a leaked audio file. It's a cultural earthquake, one that could shift how we see fame, power, and accountability for decades to come. Diddy's empire once shaped music, fashion, and celebrity culture. But now, it might stand as a case study in how unchecked influence curdles into something far darker. The courtroom is only one stage. The real trial is unfolding online. Every clip, every comment, every connection made in real time. And if more reportings drop, this won't just shake the courtroom, it could level it. If you thought this story was wild, wait until you hear what's been uncovered about Diddy's secret parties, celebrity cover-ups, and what Kim Porter may have known before her sudden death. Stay tuned. You're going to want to see what comes next. Final disclaimer. This content is for informational and commentary purposes only. It does not constitute legal, professional, or investigative advice. Always consult with a qualified expert.